Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to do more organizing. So we started doing this in October. This is my mom's sewing room. She passed away and she never got to organize it. And I would like it to be a space that I can use, and it's not in that space right now, if you can't tell. My goal is to get it organized in 2026. I get super overwhelmed by organizing, so I'm doing this in bite-sized chunks. So my goal for today, which I think is a little lofty because it's almost 8 p.m. and I'm sleepy, but I thought today I could get it to a point where I can have this walkway, like the chair and stuff, movable and not just like a junk seat. Because there are two sets of drawers right here, and those sets of drawers are calling for things to be organized in them if I have anything to say about it. So I am going to start by putting some things away and trying to clear that up. Now, if I get that done, my next goal is going to be to take the things off of the countertop here that were like meant to get hung up on the walls. There's like a few things sitting here that we're going to get hung up. I think they're command hooks for something. I might use them for thread, we'll see. So I'm going to need to figure out what needs to be hung. And then that might be it for today. Organizing takes a lot. There's a lot of stuff here. Her stuff is here. I don't know all the things she has. My stuff is also like in the room. And there's a part of me that wants to keep them separate for now. I don't know why. We're not going to get into it. So I'm going to put my headphones on and we are going to get to clearing this space out. Probably 5 and 8. Incredible. I found an old scrapbook that I made. I just found these old quilted panels. I think that's what they are. I'm gonna have to make these into a single like single quilt tops. These are probably from the 80s. She was a fabric buyer for Cloth World, which then became Hancock Fabrics, I believe. So I'm sure she got these like for free. And there's a ton of them in here. Very of that time period. Teddy bears. Incredible. There's one that you can make into a doll, it looks like. It has instructions on it. A little creepy, but kind of cool. A lot of samples in here, actually. Color samples. This fabric, I'm 100% sure, was in the kitchen at the first house we lived in. With like a rose color, very 80s, early 90s of her. She used to make home decor, like drapes, and I think she made sheets and bed skirts and those kinds of things for Sears maybe at some point. She did some custom stuff. It was kind of cool. There's a lot of some of this in here. Very cool. I think our couch that I had growing up. Nope, different fabric. It's probably all polyester, but some of this is, I'm sure some of this is cotton, but this is knit. This is a mix. This was supposed to be drapes, but it is cotton, and it is very thin. So it might be good for something summery with that purple fabric I showed you guys last week. Blackout fabric, more panels, pins for reupholstering the couch. I just found a snap tool and a bunch of snaps. I was gonna buy one of these, but I didn't want to because I didn't want to spend the money. Incredible. Thank you, Mom. Incredible. Love. I'm gonna be using this for sure. you haven't noticed, there's a ton of fabric in here. And while I do need to buy every once in a while, I'm really trying to use up what's here. Use what's hers, use what's mine. There's a stash. 2 stashes coming together. Empty, empty, empty. All these drawers are empty. I'm thinking of hanging the thread on the wall. I know you're not supposed to do that because thread expires, but let's be real, I'm going to use this thread until it's gone and it's old, and at this point where the room is underneath the deck, it doesn't get that much sunlight in here. So I think I might hang a lot of this on the wall if I can. I think even that thing hangs on the wall. If I can't find some other place to put it, I could put it on top of the bookshelf. There isn't any space on the bookshelves, but there are a lot of like really old, like vintage, like sewing books and all kinds of cool things. And there's also, if you see this bookshelf right here, these IKEA bookshelves, there's one or two full, one, let me check. There's one whole bookshelf of just like her patterns, and a lot of them are like vintage patterns. I think some of them are from, I think, the 70s. She was in college in the 70s. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of them were her mom's. So from like the 50s, 60s era. I'm not 100% sure. So let me know if you want me to show you those too. That could be fun. But as far as getting this space open tonight, I think we've done a pretty good job. There is a lot of thread over here that I don't know what to do with. Obviously, this is cone thread for the serger, and then regular thread for the machines, more cone thread. And I just found like another box full of thread, so like I'm good for a while. But I gotta figure out how to organize it. So it might end up on the floor down there. It's not really a drawer item. It's not something I like access all the time. I just kind of leave the white cone thread on it and just like roll with it most of the time. So unless I'm working on a big project, like when I work with the purple fabric, I'll throw some purple thread on there just to use it. Let me show you some more stuff. There are 2 more of these that I can put together, and I think, stack on here. It would be pretty tall, but it would fit. I think it would fit some of this stuff, give it some place to live other than unorganized on this shelf. So there's two more of those. So getting some of that together, put together for like the next step of organizing might be the move. I think all of these drawers are empty. I know this whole side is empty. Oh, there's some scissors. She wanted this table to be used for like scrapbooking, which is low-key a dying art. We do so much digitally. I'm a graphic designer by education, so like I kind of go to that instead of going for scrapbooking. So, but there's some cool stuff, some cool organizers in here, and some cool cutters in here that I forgot she had. Adhesive. Ooh, pens. Some cool cutters. This one's shaped like a music note. That's cool. But she's got some cool organizers in here. This was her favorite eraser. I know that's like the weirdest thing ever, but this was like her absolute favorite eraser on the planet. I don't know why it's in here and it wasn't in her office, but more paper. Paper squares and circles? I didn't know that was in here. I cut a bunch of circles for another project like in college, and this would have been swell. That's okay. Oh, I just found all of her cross-stitching supplies. 15 by 18. This stuff was so cheap when she bought it. $3. This would probably be $8 now. Yeah, this would be expensive now and they wouldn't package it like this. And all of her hoops. So maybe this is the year I get back into cross-stitching, or I try hand embroidery. Let me know if you want to see me dive back into cross-stitch. Very cool. Okay. I think we have made a pretty darn good progress for just about an hour or so, probably less. I'm not even looking at the clock, of work. The next step, I think, is going to be getting some stuff up on the walls, one, so the next time we organize together, we're going to hang up some stuff on the walls. The artwork specifically, there's a lot of blank white wall in here, so it can go anywhere. I think specifically I'm going to try to keep this wall for project supplies, just for my sanity. So I think I'm going to hang the thread racks up on the wall. I think this can hang up. Let's find out. No, it cannot. Okay. Oh, I think it can hang up on the wall. Should it? Maybe not. So we'll discover if that can hang up on the wall. We'll put together the scrapbooking paper. It's like a 12 by 12, maybe a little bit bigger shelf. So we'll put those together and make the tower over there a little bit higher, do a little more organizing over there. And then I need to do a little discovery on where I think I could keep this thread. I might be able to clear space in the table, this whole table. I don't know if I've shown this before. Obviously, if you've seen my videos, you see that the sewing machine comes up. But this is a whole bank of drawers that my grandpa built for her, my grandfather built for her. So there's like tracing paper. What has she got in here? Ooh, this is good to know that this is in here. Interfacing of all varieties. And there's this deep drawer down here with stuff I'm not sure needs to be here anymore. And so I might either clear that out or find new homes for the things that are in here. Oh my gosh. Talk about a project graveyard. This was going to be a dress. Pretty thin. Has pleats in it. Kind of cute. But I am not that skinny anymore. So that might go in the donate pile. But those might find a new home, and I might put the cone thread in there because obviously, if you're looking at this table, the most of the real estate is going to thread, and like if I could have all the thread like right here, even though there's not like a lot of storage on that wall that's like workstation side of the room, and having like all the thread over here in an easy to find place, that might be nice. So we might do that next time. Do those, hang some stuff up. But for now, this was a digestible. So if you have any ideas on like ways I could like organize up on the walls, like shelves or something like that, feel free to drop that down in the comments. I'm always looking for better ways to organize craft stuff like this. Obviously, I can't do any more bookshelves, so, or else I would. Drawer closed. Boom. But that is all I'm going to do for tonight. And I think we're making really good progress. And I will see you next week.